strong.
And tonight we have a very, very special guest. Tonight's Hope with Jonathan interview. We're going to bring a transplant patient who's been transplanted now for 4 months. She wanted to come on and to share her incredible story with her battle with kidney disease, dialysis, and now with a kidney transplant. Guys, her name is Alexis Garcia. She's coming to you all the way from California in Southern California. Definitely want to appreciate everyone watching tonight. It's definitely a lot warmer here in the state of Texas. For those of you that have been concerned about me, for those of you who have reached out and said, "Hey, how are you doing?" Man, I really appreciate it. It was very very cold here. The storm knocked the power out for a while and actually delayed this interview and delayed other interviews that I had. But fortunately for us, our power, and then we was able to actually, get things kind of going back to normal in the last couple of days. So that's been a major blessing for us. But hey, guys, I really, really am looking forward to this inspiring story from Alexis Garcia. All the way from SoCal. Let's go ahead, guys, and bring her on again. If you would, please share this interview. Please start a watch party, get engaged, comment. And guys, I really appreciate all the feedback and support for Hope with Jonathan. But without further ado, guys, let's bring on Alexis Garcia. Hi, Alexis. How are you?
Hi, fine.
Well, welcome to Hope with Jonathan. I really appreciate you coming on today and telling us about your incredible story.
Yes.
Yes. So where
Oh,
did you find me at?
I'll find you
Yeah, or where did you
on
see
the
what I was doing?
TikTok, doing videos and helping people to try to find their match. I know it's
Yeah,
really hard out there,
yeah,
so and
yeah,
I traced you to Facebook, and so I just felt good to tell everyone my story. And it's hard,
yeah.
but keep in faith. That kidney will come.
Sure, sure. No, I was curious because the platform TikTok is known for other things such as kidney advocacy. A lot of people are dancing on there, they're singing, they're telling jokes. They have a lot of different content on there. So that's awesome though that you see me on TikTok. I do a little bit of dancing on the side sometimes on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but
No,
just
no.
kidding. I really don't. I don't do any dancing at all. But hey, I really appreciate you reaching out and wanting to come on Hope with Jonathan and share your inspiring story with other kidney warriors and those that are battling kidney disease, doing dialysis, and now you've got a transplant, which is awesome. Why don't you tell everybody how you started your journey with kidney disease?
Well, back in 2017, oh, 16, I got pregnant with my son, and they started noticing that my blood pressure was going in and out, going high, low, high, low. And so we went into 2017. So 2017, about January 27th, I went to the hospital because I had swollen feet. So then my husband was like, "No, that they just said, oh, that's part of pregnancy." Da 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 da. Well, they didn't think of it. After they took a cup of my urine, they started noticing my blood pressure was going up, and so I had to have an emergency C-section at 31 weeks with him. And so 31 weeks, and a little bit nervous. Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. And don't worry about your dogs. We hear them barking in the background all the
I'm
time.
sorry. It's my
It's all
daughter
good.
tapping me. It's my
No,
daughter
it's all
tapping me. And
good.
so 31 weeks. So I ended up having him January 29th. Now he's 4 years old with
Uh-huh.
autism. Really
Uh-huh.
like that. And so he is he's doing great. So 2017, I got some more tests done about, had another kidney biopsy. It came up with some weird name. I can't think of it,
Yeah.
but my real kidneys. And so that hurt really bad. And so I saw one kidney doctor like, oh no, you need to have a kidney biopsy. So I went to another kidney doctor and he's like, I don't do it here. So I'm like, who? So finally they got me to the right place where I live, Victor
Yeah.
Valley Hospital, did the biopsy. And
Yeah.
so biopsy. And and so they just did the biopsy, went to the doctor. They just kept checking my blood work every month, checking, and I started getting really sick in 20 after his 1 year birthday. He started getting sick. I started getting sick,
Yeah.
starting feeling tired, not hungry, and
Yeah.
my legs were just like swollen up. I mean, people were seeing my legs at the party so swollen up. So where I live,
Wow.
I went to the hospital and the doctor wrote me a prescription, a note to go to the hospital, go get a port put in because I needed to start dialysis ASAP.
Okay. And by port you mean a permacath,
A
a
cat,
chest cath?
a, a chest cath, yeah, portacath.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when it all started. Uh, it took me a long time to. I felt tired a lot after
Yeah.
dialysis,
Right.
and so I got on the transplant list down at Loma Linda, California,
Yes.
and so they're a great team, and so I just kept going to dialysis, but I was seeing a lot of people just kind of quitting. It's like,
Yeah.
don't quit, don't quit. But the guy that sat next to me, he was an older man, and he wanted to quit, and I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so
And
I
what did you do to help encourage him not to quit?
I just told him, don't quit. Be here for me. You could see me go on if you see me go on. But he didn't. He just wanted to quit. And I was sad.
Yeah.
Went through a lot of nurses. And the one nurse I had, I was so sad when she left. So she yeah, she moved on downhill. So,
Yeah.
but I tried to do PD,
Okay.
but that failed.
Okay.
And so they wrapped around my bowel, ended up having emergency surgery. Doctor took it out. And so they said that you can't even do PD at all. And I was bummed because I was hoping to do it at home and to be able to stay home with my kids.
Yeah.
And so, um, yeah, be home with my kids. And then it took me 8 catheters by the time I got a fistula put in my arm. And
Okay.
thank goodness with the fistula, it started like it started having problems in the beginning, but
Now
then
wait a minute.
it's
Let's go back. You had
okay.
8 catheters?
Yeah, I had 8 catheters,
Oh my goodness.
infections, pulled out by accident while I'm at dialysis. So
Mm.
it hurt a lot. So I have a lot of scarring from like the stitches and yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad.
So each time they put a new catheter in, were they putting it in the same like general area?
Kind of in the same area. They were trying to stay with the area because
Mm.
I didn't want to go into this side.
Yeah.
So I was trying to keep with the side where because that's the side they liked, I guess. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And so then you ended
so
up with a fistula.
yes. And the fistula
Okay.
started having problems in the beginning and
Yeah. And where's
clogging,
your fistula at? Is it on your upper arm or okay? Oh,
right? Uh,
okay.
can't see it, but now there's a big bulb right there in between my pit right there. So I just noticed that a couple days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I have mine
So
here on my upper left wrist, on my upper left wrist. You can't
yeah,
really see it too well on the screen, but when I exercise, it really bulges out with a lot of blood and stuff. Whenever I'm lifting a little bit of weights and different things and doing some exercising, it seems to kind of bulge. But every now and again, I put it up to my ear and listen to it, or I'll feel it vibrating. And these things are amazing. I'll tell you a quick story. I remember when I first got mine, I was sleeping with on my pillow, had my head on my pillow, and I laid my arm behind my head, and all of a sudden I heard this sound of this whooshing sound, and like almost like a heartbeat sound. And sure enough, I was like, what in the world's going on now? Like, what's wrong with me? I can feel my heartbeat. I can hear it everywhere. And sure
hmm
enough, what it was I had the fistula laying on the pillow, and that was the fistula. I was hearing but yeah, I think the fistulas are pretty cool, actually, pretty amazing. So
well, I had one, but it failed. It's on
okay,
this arm. It failed. It was supposed to go all the way up, but it
yeah,
failed. So they told me my best bet, go down the hill, down the Corona and Riverside to go see the doctor down there, and he had to do it 2 steps.
okay,
So I couldn't wait to just start using this because I was sick and tired of this catheter. I was like, I couldn't shower. You got to like try not to get it infected.
right. Yeah, that is very true. You have to really be careful with infection. You can't get it wet. You have to be really careful, stay sterile. I remember they would always change the gauze and the padding every time I had a dialysis treatment. It seemed like they were changing it, um, or they were changing it pretty often. I know that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I was so grateful to get it taken out. I remember because showers were a pain and just different things. You had to really watch with those. And then everywhere I went, I had this bulge in my shirt right there that everybody knew that I had
Yeah.
something going on. And I remember going and getting it out, man. I had chest catheter out. So
Yeah. So that was
yeah.
a pain. So
Yeah.
So yeah, 3.5 years on the transplant list.
Three.
This was my fourth call. I've been through one last year, but it had blood clots.
Okay.
So they told me it was a no go.
Yeah.
So the couple times they were just trying to make sure if it was okay, but it didn't work out.
Okay. So you spent 3 years in center and on hemodialysis.
Yep.
What schedule was you on?
I
Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
was I was Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday,
Okay.
5:30 till 8:30.
Okay. Yeah, I did the same except I was 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So
Yeah,
that
I
was
was
my
doing
schedule.
the early shift. I mean, the early shift because of my kids.
Yeah.
Grandma would stay home and take care of them, and then by the time I come home, then I would have to start. Well, now it's different, but before I got the transplant last year, I was having to come home, put my daughter on school, and that didn't give me time to like recover from going to dialysis. So it was hard.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it was. And then you came home from dialysis, and I'm sure you were tired and you wanted to rest, and you
Yeah.
probably wasn't feeling great. Did you ever have any blood pressure issues or any side effects from the dialysis?
Low blood pressure,
Yeah.
and then leg cramping was bad in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Bad. And then the like little like buggy. I don't know if anyone's had it, but my legs, I would have like buggies, all these bugs in my legs, and I'm like, I can't do this. I gotta get off.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember cramping, especially toward the end of treatment. Like it seemed like an hour before my end of treatment, my blood pressure would always just tank, down to like 90 over 60, even lower
Yeah,
sometimes, especially on the standing blood pressure. Sure enough, every time that they
mine
would,
would be up.
yours would be up, mine would be low. And they'd be like, "Oh no, you can't leave yet." They would actually almost push me back in the chair. "Hey, you got to sit down for a while and stay for a while until you get right before we can let you go." So
Yeah, mine would be. Well, if I was not feeling good, then it would be high.
yeah,
So I don't know if anyone out there got really sick, like throwing up in the middle of your dialysis time. I many
yeah,
migraines, everything.
yeah. No, I never really got sick like that, and thank God that I didn't. I cramped sometimes when they were taking too much fluid off. They'd have to turn the machine off.
Hmm.
Sometimes, and I would tell them, I'd say, "Hey, I got to a point with dialysis. I was telling them what to do. Like I would
Yeah,
tell them, I'd say, you know what, turn me off, man. I'm not feeling well, or and you kind of got to learn how to be your own kind of advocate of that because if you just sit there in the chair and they don't know and you're not saying anything and your levels look good, then and everything looks okay
yes,
to them, they think you're okay. But if you start feeling, bad or you start feeling like you're cramping, and you got to speak up and say something. So uh,
yeah,
I would always tell them, I'd say, look, you got to turn me off for a while because I'm cramping, or I would tell them to adjust my body temperature because
yeah,
adjusting your body temperature would affect the blood pressure from dropping really quickly. And so I would tell them sometime, I'd say, make me cold. Just make me cold because I said my blood pressure's dropping. I can feel it. But
yeah.
did you ever have any emergency situations with your blood pressure or anything while you were in treatment?
No, potassium was my hardest, being very high,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
high.
Was you trying to follow the renal diet as strictly as possible, or was you just trying to just
I
maintain?
just maintain it. I
Yeah.
mean, like my mom, she gets it really low, and like I'm the high,
Yeah.
and I'm like, now I'm just like perfect. I don't have to worry about the potassium.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember. Did they eventually put you on renal binders as well to help you with your phosphorus levels and things like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I was taking 3 pills 3 times a day. I mean, they're like horse pills. I was
Okay.
like,
Was you on the
kill me.
calcium acetate or the Renvela?
Uh, I think the first one
The
I was
calcium
on.
acetate.
Yeah,
Yeah. Was it like a white and blue pill?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because they ended up putting me on both of those. I was on calcium acetate and Renvela because of my calcium levels. They were trying to help my calcium levels. They were getting too high, and so they put me on the Renvela as well to help me with that. But I understand where you're coming from. I used to take them a lot whenever I was going through dialysis. So um, why don't you talk a little bit about how you came about getting involved with your transplant? Was it a deceased donor or was it a live donor?
It was a deceased donor, and it came from Alaska.
Oh, Alaska! Wow.
Yeah. So October 15th,
Uh huh.
2020,
Uh huh.
I got the call about 5:30 in the afternoon, my time,
Uh huh.
and the lady was like, "Hey, can you come down and do blood work?" I mean,
Uh huh.
no, not Thursday. Wednesday the 14th. Sorry, Wednesday the 14th. They called me and said, "Can you come down and do blood work and do a COVID test?" And I was like, "Well, I had dialysis the next day, that morning." So I told her, "Yeah, I'll come down." They hooked me up. I said, because of COVID, it screwed my time. I was not getting on right at 5:30, and it was. I told the nurse in the front. I said, "I have to get on by 5:30. I can't be journaling around of not being put on time." So they took me in first, got me hooked up. I was out of there by 8:30. My husband was there ready to pick me up, fly down to Loma Linda, do the COVID test first. It was a negative. And then went down to the blood place, where we do the blood work. Got that done, and she called me. She's like, because they had to send my blood work to LA, somewhere in LA. And so she's like, there was 3 candidates, actually, by the way. 3 candidates. I was the third candidate. I was like, oh, please. So I was so scared and nervous because I was like, this is my fourth time. I'm doing all this COVID test, doing the COVID test, doing the blood work. And so the lady called me. She's like, we're not going to find out anything yet because we have to get everyone's results. Well, maybe about 7:15, for October 16th, I got the call. She said I was perfect. It was a perfect match for me. Perfect kidney. They keep telling me perfect kidney all the way around. Perfect. It's like perfect for me. They just keep reminding me every appointment. It's perfect, perfect. So we had to be down there. She told me 10:30. Well, they had to do all these other tests, paperwork, and get me into a bed. So like when I got there, Loma Linda got the bed, and my husband was able to stay with me, but not that evening when I went into surgery. That I had to do all my own. That was because they took me into another area, waiting area, and I was like, I got sick when they took me away because I had a headache. Didn't eat anything all day. This is about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and they didn't pull me into surgery till like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then what spooked me when I came into the surgery, I saw the kidney.
Oh.
The 2 doctors, when they pulled me into the OR, because I was freaking, and then I freaked out more because I saw the
I bet.
kidney, and I was
I
like,
bet.
"Oh my gosh!" I
Yeah.
started panicking of like, "Oh, am I gonna wake up?" And that's what I'm scared of. Like, am I gonna wake up from this? And
You know
I,
what? I remember when they wheeled me into the OR, and I remember seeing the surgeon back there fumbling with my kidney, and
yeah,
like he was doing something in a pan or something. I
hmm
seen him back there, and that's when I knew this was about to happen. Like this was
yeah,
about to go down. So is that kind of
I
like the
know,
sense that you had when you seen the kidney?
yeah.
Like this is
Me, I was
real. This is
excited.
about to really happen.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
in shock. I mean, I was shocked all day because I'm like, is this really happening? Am I really? I mean, it was like everything happened so quick. I
yeah,
mean, I didn't. I mean, I let my dialysis place know, but I mean, it was just like it was. Everything was just so quick, 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 and I didn't get to say bye to everyone there at dialysis. I mean, everyone was
yeah,
happy for me, but I was
yeah,
like, everything was just like flashed.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, kind of the same with me. I actually haven't been back to my dialysis center, but I actually called over there, and I've actually
Hmm.
spoken with some of the workers and some of the people over there, and we had a pretty strong connection. So
Yeah, me
I
too.
haven't been back over because of COVID and stuff,
Yeah,
and they told me they
they
said
won't.
don't come in right now, but until things get better,
Yeah,
because you're a transplant patient and everything, but. My wife has actually dropped off like cards and
yeah,
candies and different things for them because you build a relationship with these people. You see them
yeah,
3 times a week, so
yeah.
it's you build this like almost like a family in a way. So
Well, I had a tech that had last year. He was my tech for a while, and all of a sudden he disappeared. Well, actually, he was on dialysis too,
oh
funny.
wow,
And so all of a sudden, like one day I was at dialysis, I was like, I heard his name. And the manager that runs my dialysis place said his name, and he was getting a kidney transplant. I was like, whoa,
wow,
where's me? Come on, where's? Because I was like, where's me? I've been waiting.
wow.
And what the funny story is, my doctor was coming around one day, and this was maybe what's like 2, 3 weeks before I got this kidney transplant.
Yeah,
And she came up to me when I was done. I was standing, and she's like, "Let me check on that kidney transplant list." How like crazy how I got the kidney, and then how she just told me that she'll check into the list.
yeah,
I was like, I can't get over that. Her telling
yeah,
me I'm gonna check on the kidney transplant list because they wanted me to get out of there and get this kidney and go with my life.
yeah, yeah. What's your blood type? I'm just curious.
A plus, A mega, A plus.
Okay, A positive. So, yeah,
Yeah.
though. Okay. All right. So you could have accepted an A or an O. Do you know which one you
Yes.
got or?
But it was a perfect match. So I guess that's what they keep reminding me. It's a perfect match. It's a perfect match. So I'm
Okay,
just like,
perfect match. Okay.
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 So
Yeah, that's amazing that it came from Alaska. It's
yeah, we
amazing.
saw the we went by my room. We saw the helicopter come in and land and
Okay.
to bring it in because we knew it was about 4:30 that day when we saw it come in and land.
Yeah.
And they were telling me, well, we do all this. They had IV in me and all this stuff on me, and they're
Yeah.
like, well, we're not completely sure. But the one nurse was like, I'm crossing my fingers because I just sent one person to go get a liver, and I was like,
Okay.
oh wow, she was crossing her fingers for me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, and she's like, she came in with a pill for me to take. And I was like, she's like, you ready? it's your go time. I'm like,
Yeah.
no. My husband, I mean, he had to
Yeah.
leave because it was getting late, and then he could only stay to 8 o'clock, and then.
Yeah.
But I talking to a couple of transplant people at the lab, and they
Yeah.
had told me their partner or their brother or sister couldn't be in the
Yeah.
wait with them. So I was lucky back in October that he was able to stay with me all day.
Okay. Well, hey, we're gonna take a quick break, guys, and we'll be
Okay.
right back after these messages. Okay, guys? We'll be right back. Give you guys a quick little commercial there. Our supporter and sponsor, Kidney Warrior merch. But hey, Alexis, I wanted to ask you a quick question while we have you here on the interview with Hope with Jonathan. Um, since you've had your kidney, because you actually got transplanted around the same time as me. I got mine August the 11th of 2020, and you've gotten yours in October. So we're right there. You're 4 months, and I'm 6 months. But what kind of life changes? How is your life now? Like, what kind of changes has it done for you?
Uh, Not being so tired, for
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
and sorry, not being so tired, being able to active. Like today, I took my daughter because it's a beautiful day in California,
sure.
and the wind's been. It was like no wind today, so I took her on her bike, and I rode her scooter, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna ride her scooter and just get out of the house while my son is sleeping.
Okay.
The Renovite, yes,
Yeah,
I'm reading the on it. Yeah, yes,
yeah.
I do still take the Renovite.
Okay. Yeah, that was a question that had came up earlier, and I wanted to ask you about it. So, but I appreciate you answering that.
Yes,
Um, but you've been feeling really good since you got the kidney, and now that you're off
yes,
dialysis, So that's got to be an amazing feeling. I know for me personally, being off of dialysis is just an amazing feeling, right?
yes,
Yeah. I mean, just
yeah,
no, it's a heavy burden taken off of you, for sure.
yes. I mean, it was exhausting getting. I didn't want to get up a lot at all in the morning to go to dialysis, but I pushed myself because I wanted to be here with my kids. I have
Yeah.
a 5-year-old daughter. I had her in 2015. No problem. Well, I had ammonia with her. They went in to suck my ammonia, and I ended up having her emergency C-section in March 29th.
Yeah.
So, or 27th, sorry. March
Yeah.
27th is her birthday, so she will be 6 March 27th.
So,
And yeah,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
and she's my kindergartner, and I have the 4-year-old in special education.
Yeah.
So I'm praying to God that they can get back to school, because me, I'm not a teacher.
How's your blood work been and all your labs? Are you pretty stable with your creatinine and your GFR and all that?
Yes, but now this Thursday they want to do a kidney biopsy on the kidney transplant, because
Okay.
it came up with not came up with my one medicine, Barcis or cell Prograf and Barcis. I've been on Prograf in the beginning, and they been switching it, and it's like they want to see if what's going on and see why the kidney doesn't like the Barcis and the cell program.
Okay. And so you're on what, like a 12-hour schedule with those medications?
Well, the Barcis I take once a day, and it's totally different milligrams. But with Prograp, I don't have to take it twice a day.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
So
taking Prograf and Cellcept. I take Prograf and Cellcept twice a day, 2 times. So I take 2 every 12 hours. And
yes,
that's my schedule with mine.
I am
So,
on. Yeah, they changed me to do Imbarcis, and so I'm. It's not rejecting because my blood pressure has been fine. I've been feeling fine. I
yeah.
just they just want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of nervous for that because I've been through the other biopsy where I live.
Yeah.
Um, I got really sick at the end, so I'm like, I hope they're prepared because I get really sick. But
Yeah.
after the transplant, I didn't get sick. Thank God I didn't get sick because
Yeah.
I was preparing it. But no,
Yeah. Well, sometimes these things happen. Of course, they just doing precautionary measures to make sure that your kidney is going to be functioning and doing
yeah.
what it's supposed to be doing. So, um, what other type of regimens have you changed, like with your medicines? Do you have a lot of
Self,
different medicines?
self, self. I can't say it. Self,
Yeah.
CELL. I'm on a different medication for that,
Okay.
and I take that twice. Yeah, twice a day, 2 pills, twice a day,
Okay. That's what I do as well.
and then I haven't been to my transplant facility in a long time. So my
Okay.
paper is due to be updated,
Yeah.
and my husband helps me with my medication. He
Yeah.
puts it all in the container,
Do you
and
do you have a
so
pill container? Do you have one of those pill containers, kind of like
a
one of the
big
ones?
one.
Yeah, for like
Yes,
morning, afternoon, evening, and all that bedtime.
yes.
Okay, I do too, and I tell you, it comes in so handy because
Oh yeah,
I'm on so many medications, but it helps me keep regulated and keep me in organized with all my medications I'm on. I mean, I've actually cut back on some of my medications because I'm doing so well. And as a matter of fact, I'm not on any blood pressure medication.
me either.
Such a blessing,
Yeah.
because it's like beforehand when I was on dialysis, I was on 3 different blood pressure medications. So
No.
yeah, so now with the kidney, I'm not on any blood pressure medication. So just a real blessing, let me tell you.
Well, with dialysis, I was on nifedipine.
I
Nifedipine.
was I was on that one.
Yeah, they were. That's what they had me on after the transplant, but I never took
Yeah.
it because if I take it, it makes my blood pressure drop. So
Yeah.
I just kept telling them I can't take it. I'm not gonna take it. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to not listen to the rules, but it's gonna
Yeah.
drop my. And then they saw on my list of my when I would go, they would see, okay, yeah, you're telling the truth. So they just
Yeah.
took me off last month.
Okay. Yeah, that's a strong one. I remember whenever my blood pressure would be high, if I popped one of those, my blood pressure would come way down. So it's definitely a
Yeah.
strong one. So I remember that. So
Are you on? Sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you on prednisone?
No, my team did not start me on the prednisone because, or any other steroid, because I wasn't prior on any other steroid. And so they kind of believe in that if you're not on it, then you don't need to start it. And so that's my team doesn't start anyone on prednisone if you're not already on it. Now, if I had been on it, then they would have kept me on it. But
Yeah.
because of the fact that I wasn't on it previously during dialysis, they didn't start me on the prednisone. But
Yeah.
are you on it?
Yes, I'm on a 5 once a day, 5
Okay.
milligram.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty low dose, I think, for that
Hmm.
medication. So, um, yeah, I know a lot of patients that have taken it for a long time. So,
Valsite, they have stopped me on the Valsite.
okay, I'm off of the Valsite as well. They stopped me that on after 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about Pepsid?
I take Prilosec, which is
Hmm.
it's not the over the counter. I take a prescription for Prilosec, and I've already had discussions with my team of my kidney, and they said, as
Yeah.
long as I'm taking it and I should be okay. They said they haven't really seen anything from the prescription of Prilosec. Now, can't speak for all the others that are over the
Yeah.
counter stuff and different things that do. They've had studies that seen that it causes problems with kidneys. So. Um,
Yeah.
but I have a horrible problem with acid reflux, and I always have. So I have to take something.
I'm a severe asthmatic, so yeah, that my daughter's asthmatic. I'm severely asthmatic, so I get the acid sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. The crazy thing about it is, though, is that I love spicy food and I just like crave spicy food. So sometimes I have
Hmm.
to say, I have to limit myself like, man, I'm not going to eat this tonight because I know what it's going to do to me. So,
Yeah.
but, hey, you know what? I really appreciate you coming on. You've got an incredible story, and I'm really happy that you got your kidney transplant. It's an exciting time in your life. And
Yes.
what advice or what kind of message would you like to give to people out there that are currently battling kidney disease and waiting for a kidney transplant?
Be patient. It will come, and just take your medicine and stick with dialysis. Just, ooh, sorry, everybody. Just stick with dialysis. Keep just push it, and just take your medicine, and just patience. That's all it takes is patience. I know it's hard, but if you get a donor, living donor, congrats. But just stick out. Find
Yeah,
a living donor if you have. My husband, he tried to get tested for me, but he didn't want to do the cross match. He was like, "You're not getting the kidney," and no. But that's was him. I wanted him to do the cross matching, but he didn't want to. I didn't want to push it.
yeah. No, no, no. That was his decision, and that's
Yeah,
okay. Some people just don't want to do it, especially if they're not going to receive the kidney directly. So I can
yeah,
understand that. Although the Parent Exchange program is an amazing program
yes,
for a lot of people that have problems with compatible blood types and things like that. So, but no, I can respect his decision on that. So,
yes,
yeah. Well, you have an amazing story, and I think that was inspirational. I think having hope, and staying positive, and having a really strong support system. Why don't you talk a little bit about your support system? You have a family of, you're married, you said, with kids.
yes. We live
Okay.
with my mom, and
Okay.
she is on the verge of almost being on dialysis, but she's too what has too many problems to get a transplant. Well, my husband, he works at for State Brothers meat clerk, and our two kids. So
Mm-hmm.
I just stay home and take care of the kids and make sure they're on Zoom, and my mom helps me out when she can. but
Right.
she's has a hard time. She's an amputee. She had cancer 2014, 2013 in her leg, and it was an ulcer, and they decided October Halloween 31st to amputate it.
Oh wow. Oh no.
So she back at Christmas of last year, Christmas Eve, she ended up having to go to the hospital because she wasn't peeing, and you gotta pee, you had to punctuate those kidneys. And she didn't tell me and my aunt, so she went to the hospital and found out that her kidneys were failing, and so they gave her some
Oh,
medication to pump those kidneys, and so now so far she's doing fine. This is the second time that's happened with her
okay.
kidneys.
Did they give her steroids? Maybe?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
She came home with a catheter. She didn't like
Okay.
it. And they were
Yeah.
telling me I was probably going to go home with a catheter. I was like, I'm not going home with a catheter. Get this thing out of me and I'm going to go.
Oh yeah. Oh
So,
yeah. I've had them before. They're not fun at all. So,
no.
but your mom. You live with your mom, and your
Yes.
mom's a strong support. Sounds
Yes.
like your husband is a strong support. He helps you with your medications. And how old
Yeah.
are your children?
4-year-old son
Uh huh.
and uh, almost 6-year-old. My daughter is almost 6, but she's
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So you have a really strong, it sounds like a strong support system with your family, and I know you had to really lean upon them during your time of dialysis, and
yeah.
now the transplant. So I know I could tell from my personal experience that my family was a strong supporter of me and really helped me out and always was there for me whenever I needed them. While I was going through kidney failure. So um, I think it's definitely a must to have some sort of support. Now,
Oh, yeah.
if your family can't be your support, then you can find support in your friends or support groups. Are you a part of any type of support groups or anything?
No, my friend, best friend since 6th grade, she stepped up and after she found out that I was getting a kidney transplant, she stepped up and helped me with kids because I was laid up in bed.
Yeah,
So trying to recover. So she really helped me out, and I
yeah,
really appreciated her. And she helped my mom out. My mom was the funny story back before the kidney transplant. Um, my mom came home that Wednesday after I got the call, October 14th. I got the call, and my husband was just bringing her home when I got that call. And so it was like everything, that's why I said everything just went so fast.
oh
My mom
yeah,
was like, my mom was like, hold up, I just got home from the hospital and you're leaving. And my husband called off that Thursday when I went down to Loma Linda. So my husband was
yeah,
like, he called his work. He was like, I can't come in. I'm taking her down to Loma Linda. And the funny part is his boss, um, his son got a kidney transplant a couple of years ago.
okay. Okay. So that really helped play into that because he could have some compassion for your husband,
Hmm. Oh
and
yeah.
understand what was happening. So, yeah, I remember when I got the call as well. It was much like a fast, moving. Everything was just
Hmm.
like boom, boom, boom. Like I got the phone call at like 11 o'clock at night. Had to be there at 6 in the morning, and I didn't sleep a wink that whole night. I tossed and turned. We got up about 5, rushed to the San Antonio to get there, and yeah, it was just, and from there it was just like boom, boom, boom. Everything moved really quickly. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it did.
yeah. if you had any advice for anybody out there that is facing kidney failure and you wanted to give it, what type of advice would you give them that those that are facing kidney failure right now?
Get a checkup. Keep on top of your body and listen to your body and it being tired, not eating, your legs being swollen. I mean, just go get your body checked. Make sure you're in good health for your friends, family, your if you want kids in the future. I mean, now my tubes are tied. I can't. I'm done. So I got my girl, my boy. I didn't want any more because they even told me when they were telling me the medications at the transplant, they were like, "You can't have any more kids," and I'm like, "I'm done. Don't worry
Yeah,
about me."
yeah. I've got two myself. I'm done too. So, but yeah, okay. Well, I totally agree. Stay on top of your labs, especially if
Yes.
you have type 2 diabetes and hypertension. Please take care of that. Hypertension and type 2 diabetes are the top two causes.
Yes.
Diabetes, especially hypertension as well. I mean, they take out the kidneys. They just do, and that's what happened to me. It caused me to go into kidney failure because I wasn't taking care of my hypertension and type 2 diabetes, and I had an anxiety of fear of doctors. I didn't like being around doctors, and now, unfortunately, I was kind of forced to start liking them. And actually, I have a couple of doctors now that I consider them the friends. So, my outlook on the medical field and doctors now have completely changed. But of course, that wasn't by choice. I actually went through a traumatic experience. Um, but again, I appreciate you coming on, Alexis. You
Thank
have a
you.
really inspiring story. I appreciate you reaching out, and I thank you for coming on with Hope with Jonathan and sharing it. And anybody out there that you'd like to say hello or send a shout out to?
Uh, Sam, Samantha, I don't know who, I don't know from TikTok, but she said she would pop in, but I guess she never popped in, but she's at dialysis, I think. She's in
Okay.
Oregon, and I know
Okay.
she's getting a kidney transplant on March 6th.
I could tell you a couple of people that's popped in. Mr. Anthony Reed popped in from Kidney Trails. Hey, Anthony Reed, appreciate you popping in, sir. A second chance, which is Austin Lee and Philip. Man, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate your support, guys. Check them out. They're going to be having their own show really soon. A second chance. So appreciate you guys supporting. Um, Naya Rising X. Was that maybe a person from TikTok? Possibly. No.
No.
Okay. Um, and Patty Ottawa. So I appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate everyone's support for the show. I appreciate everyone coming on and commenting. Appreciate anyone's share. And let's see, we had another comment here, real quick, before we end the show. Oh, Second Chance is telling you congrats again. So there you go. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Good guys out there. Hey guys, if you're interested, you can go over to Why Not and check out their page. They're doing some great things. That organization, Why Not, is amazing. So you can go check them out on Facebook. Um, but hey, I really appreciate you coming on and contacting me. Keep looking, watch out for me on TikTok. You never know, I'll be on there busting moves and. Uh, So no, not really, but just a joke. And I tease with Philip and Austin and them all in a chat, and we talk about me dancing on TikTok. So, which
Some
I
of those
never
dances are
never.
hard.
Yeah, I would never even try it. But you know what's funny is I tease with my kids. They're 18 and 16, and
Uh,
I embarrass them sometimes because I know I know what they're listening to, and I know the dances that they're doing. So I mess with them sometimes just to get on their nerves. But again, hey, I appreciate you coming on. It's been a great interview, and
Yes.
it's been fun. I appreciate you sharing your personal story. Blessings to you, and I pray that everything goes well with the kidney biopsy, and they can get down to the bottom of
Yes.
possibly what may be going on. Sometimes it's just simple as a medication change. So
Yep.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, this has been another interview with Hope with Jonathan. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I hope you guys will stay tuned for more interviews coming this week. We appreciate Alexis Garcia. You can look her up on Facebook. She's also on TikTok. Uh, what other platforms are you on? Instagram, maybe?
Instagram.
Are you? Okay.
Yes.
So guys, you can reach out and follow her if you're a fellow kidney warrior or kidney patient, or maybe if you have any other questions for Alexis, you can reach out to her on those social media platforms. Hey guys, I wanted to tell you guys remember to love each other out there. God bless you. Stay safe out there, and remember to take care of your kidneys. Okay. God bless y'all. Take care.
Bye.